Hello everyone. This is glutinous rice that I grew last year. This is our way of removing the straw from separating the grain before we pound it, which will be milling in this modern day. Our traditional way of growing and preparing food. So I like to talk more about food security or food system. In my previous recording, I talked about how food security is partly the reason why our ancestors started conquering land, colonizing other culture, in order to make sure that they have food supply. From the idea that there is not enough resource from the earth. That's why they have to conquer and even hoard food. There is actually a lot of food on earth. Before we domesticated plants, when our common ancestors were foraging, they were actually healthier than people of today. It's not our fault. It's partly also because of population explosion that we have to find ways to feed ourselves. It's a byproduct of what we call human development, I guess. But health is really one of the most important factor that we invent, hoping to improve our health. That's why there is now hybridization. But does it really guarantee good health? Yeah, again, in my previous recording, I talked about the 4 major causes of ailment. That's number 1 is food. Anything that we put in the mouth. So food and drink, it will basically become part of the physical body. So any food that doesn't really resonate with this physical body, it causes imbalance. That's why we get sick. I decided to come back to this place where I was born after spending a lot of years in the United States. I went to the US to join my family and to go to graduate school. In my graduate studies, I focused on biodiversity conservation. And after also I took international affairs, I learned that everything is interconnected. The other causes of energy imbalance or sickness is improper posture and improper breathing. The other one is the way we think and the way we act. And the hardest one is related to karma, or what we inherit from our ancestors. All of these are interrelated. So after much contemplation on food, lot of meditation and uh, even fasting, just to have a full understanding of this physical body, I realized that my ancestors understand the value of food. And the reason why I said it, everything is interrelated, is because they also understand the other causes. Our relationship to everything, the land, plants, animals, spirits, our ancestors. This rice that I am preparing, for example, in our Ifugao tradition, there are 19 healing rituals related to growing rice. And in these rituals, we call in the participation of nature spirits, the rain, fire energy or thunder, the wind, ancestors, and higher beings. This in our tradition is called matungulan, that the healing ritual for rice. So the relationship with improper posture and proper breathing, it's almost, there is no choice, because when you work in the rice field, it's physically demanding. So you have to have the right posture before you can do hard work. And when you are carrying 20 bundles of these, climbing up the hill, we only have foot rails here, you are forced to use the full capacity of the lungs. So all of this proper breathing and proper posture is just a way of life, according to our traditional way of living. So when I realized this, I decided to come back in my hometown, because when I started teaching overseas about our traditional way of life, simple way of life, I felt like a hypocrite, because whenever I come home to my hometown, this place, I noticed that most of the people here are trying to follow the Western way of life. It's the direct effect of colonization. So it's a hypocrisy on my part to be teaching about healthier way of life by simplifying life, eating the right amount of food, proper posture, when my own people here are forgetting who we are. So I decided to come and live the principles and the ways that I had been teaching. This is now the way I like to make a difference in this world, is by making this physical body healthy. So it's not only the quantity or the amount of food that we eat that's important, it's also the quality. And our way of life, traditional way of life of the Ifugao, it's based on respect. Respecting almost everything. The rice field that we till is dependent on the water. That's why there is respect to the water. And of course, the plant will not grow without air and sunlight. And our traditional way of farming, we don't use pesticides, insecticides, and commercial fertilizer. Yet, our famous terrace field have been in existence for a long time. The key, I guess, is combining both what's tangible and the intangible. That's why part of the work that I'm doing now is also to bring back the spiritual aspect of farming. And when you put one foot on the physical and the other foot is on the spiritual, there is a balance. That is what is lacking now. There's an imbalance because in our recent human history, we focused too much on the physical and we neglected the spiritual aspect. There. So, not only about the quantity of food, but it's the quality